in California too, like where these fire-prone areas, they try to let the public knows that starting a barbecue outside is not is prohibited. You cannot do at that time when there's a fire alert.
Mm-hmm.
Means you cannot go and barbecue outside in the public. Means you have to control the fire. Don't bring the fire outside. It's very difficult to.
Right, right.
That fire become uncontrollable. That's the one thing. That's why the if you Australia, if you see that, what is the fire danger or fire alert today is those needle can go the either way. You know, I mean, so
Yeah.
this is today is okay. You can do whatever you want to do outside. You know, because the weather is not very dry. It's a wet kind of weather. It's raining, and then the fire would not start immediately. Means or if you have a little fire, it would not go that far. You know, means
Mm-hmm.
that's the way they're trying to avoid as much as possible.
So
That's the
they're letting people know that today is really really hot day. Like
and is have
if
a
it's
high chance of being a fire.
fire,
Yeah,
fire chances is
yeah.
high. That's what something that I noticed actually. Yeah, hotter the day,
Huh.
I think the chances were high.
Hotter the day
Windy.
chance, yeah, hotter and windy days are chances are very high, and also to start the fire you have to have a fuel as well. Means on the ground means
Mm.
that's another thing. If we can avoid those fuel or the clean up our backyard and not to keep those debris dry biomass or dry trees or the dead tree around there, and if we can clean them up nicely, it would not have problem. You know that we try to
Yeah,
avoid as much as
from
possible
our side, that's something
outside.
that we can do.
We can do that. That's the one thing. Other thing for the climate change part, if we the climate is changing already, what the mitigation is, how can we avoid the amount of uh, global warming gases,
Mm-hmm.
the greenhouse gas in the atmosphere, especially the CO2 is the one of the major one. Could be methane, could be other one as well. There's a bunch of gases which could probably create um, more climate change, which means that it have a greenhouse effect. What that means is when you have a that gas in the particular area, and then when the sun traps in, and then it's not gonna let it go. That's why it's gonna have a lot more warmer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue for that. This is called the greenhouse effect. The transportation cost. The cost is not the problem here. What the cost is the carbon footprint. Think about the strawberry you grow in Mexico or in California has to come to your plate, and it has to have some gasoline or the carbon footprint. The carbon dioxide has to be emitted when you burn the fossil fuel.
Sure.
You have to use the fossil fuel to bring that from there to here. This is how it is running. And the amount of fossil fuel we burn, the more the fossil fuel will burn, more the problem will create. Means the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will be higher.
Mm-hmm.
If we can minimize as much as possible carpooling or buying a public transportation or buying the vegetables and then fruit and vegetable from locally grown places in Tennessee
Local
as well,
farms.
local farmers market, those are the one we helping to minimize or the especially the mitigation.
But there is
This
a problem with that. It's pretty expensive that way.
well, here's the one thing. This is called willingness to pay. Means I'm okay to pay a little bit more for that. That's
Mm.
the what we need to probably educate the public. I know there's a price for that locally grown versus the coming from California,
Mm-hmm.
but if you think about the carbon footprint, I am probably having that particular strawberry could be one thing. Other one good example. I put my thermostat 71, and now I put it down to 70 in my
Okay.
house. Let's say if you put your thermostat 1 degree down, you probably save a lot of your electric bill.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity come from a burning fossil fuel. If that's the case, I'm minimizing burning more fossil fuel. Means your bill is cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be a little bit. You can wear the jacket in house and make your temperature 1 degree or 2 degree lower than the average temperature. Some people I've talked with my friends, they make 75 or 73 on their home temperature. It's a way higher, and I make like a temperature about 71, 70. 70 is okay to me as well. Means I can survive. I can work with that. I
Mm-hmm.
can wear a little like a lighter jacket at home and then just work on these things. That also saves some energy bill. You can save
Mm.
some dollar. In the meantime, you are also minimizing the amount of fossil fuel that will be burned out there somewhere to get the electricity in your house, right?
To be honest, I mean, I don't see how many people really thinking that I will rather sweat than save the environment.
No,
Like
that's
that's
the
the saddest part. To be honest, it's brutal, but that's what it is.
right, yeah.